that.
So this was the final push, which ended up in being one of the most stressful, hectic weeks of my life. I was sleep deprived, my back hurts, and I've come to my wit's end, all for the culmination of this. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any part of the conclusion of pouring this concrete. So these are the videos that I'm leading up to what I'm gonna call Hell Week, where we had to finish up this hole. We're on a time crunch, so all the dirt didn't dry out and cave in. We'll have an upcoming video to reveal whether or not we had success or a failure, where we're gonna have to do rework. All that's coming up. But on today's video, we're gonna be finishing up the hole. We're gonna show digging out our final measurements for all of our side storage pockets. We're gonna show installing the rebar. This was no easy task this week. I probably dug out the same spot 20 different times in a 3-day period. We were staying up till 2 in the morning, getting up at 7, took some days off work to get this done, and all that topped off with us having to do a full day of work in concrete. I'm gonna remove everything to here to make up for our shelves. It's a little deeper than I wanted, but I really want to get on top of this shelf layer all the way around for the concrete to sit on, because this is good hard stuff, whereas this is hollow. So this stuff here is ready to cave in. Hopefully it's only about 6 inches back that it's dried out. And you can see it's cracking and swelling all the way around here. 38 inches is kind of where we needed to be below that box, but I'm gonna go ahead and go down to the 50-inch mark to grab this shelf here. I think that I'll like that so that concrete wall can sit on this good hard pack here. As you can see, I'm a lot taller than everything I have here, so I mean, if I was laying down there and this fell, it'd be a big deal, but I mean, my legs might get some dirt on them, but I used this stuff in the past to seal floors and stuff, and I've noticed that your grout lines get sealed and that grout will just harden and crust to itself. So I'm hoping to lock that moisture in for the next couple of days as we're preparing for the concrete. Hopefully we'll get all this dirt to coagulate to itself, so that we do not have to worry about stuff falling in on the concrete. We're gonna go ahead and use all of this. I pretty much got this about as much as I want to mess with it. The more I handle it, the deeper it's getting, and I gotta stop somewhere because stuff's just wanting to come loose. So I kind of pushed everything with my hand, just kind of lightly brushed it, seeing what was gonna fall off, dusted everything down, and so this is what I got. So we dug down to this level. Stuff is basically cleachy. It's tough. It was not cracking any. So it's gonna be basically just as good as concrete. So we're gonna let the concrete set on this shelf. That may be a bad idea. Time may be the only thing that tells, but I know I'm gonna have to dig this bottom out again, but big lesson learned on this is build your forms, get your rebar ready, get all your materials, get to digging, and get that concrete ordered immediately. Because dealing with this dried out stuff is not fun. When I first started, this stuff was all super solid, super packed, but as the ground dried out, it cracked. So that's why I stopped my digging and did all that stuff, so that I have a chance to dig this stuff back. Now, I'm gonna clean up the bottom of this, get it leveled out, and put the rebar in here. Today is Monday night. I have concrete ordered for Friday, and so I needed a deadline to get me to push this. So here I am out at 9 o'clock at night, and I gotta just push through this. It's now or it's now. So here we go. So just give you guys a little update. I spared you a lot of digging because I had cleachy in the bottom of this thing, and I would scrape it out and pack it in with my feet and scrape it out and pack it in. I've dug this hole like 30 times, and I only went down like an inch. So anyway, I spared you guys more digging. You already seen my backhoe going. This time I used some car ramps for the front tires because I was scooping into my bucket with the backhoe. I got a short, if y'all want to watch that at the end of this. But yeah, so we're on to the putting the rebar in the hole, and guess who we got with us today? Hello. He somehow coerced me into get down here and doing this. See my prehistoric hole? No. Hey, good morning, YouTube. This is it. This is the morning of the pour. We got about 3 hours of sleep last night. We're up till 3 a.m. doing this thing, and Rob's still with me. He stuck it out. He woke up this morning. Super grateful for him today. I would have called it off today if he didn't come over last night, to tell you the truth. Wanted to show you a couple of things that we're doing here. I have these bolts that I'm going to put in there, and I have some little hose for grommet in there to help me to pop this out when we're ready to pull the form out. I have 4 screws on each one, and this is going to be so I can hang pegboard in the back of these holes and have multi-function for it, and I won't have to drill into the concrete with a lag screw. Another thing I'm doing, and we'll talk more about this later, but see this tube here? I'm going to have a safety pull cord that runs through the boxes, and it'll go to here, and then the front of the service area, and that way if the lift is coming up, we'll be able to pull that cord and disconnect the battery in case a malfunction happens, and then you won't get crushed underneath the cart with the hydraulics. So here's a word from Rob. Here's not a word from Rob. He's gonna prepare. He's preparing.
Tubular. I got tubular.
He's preparing. He's preparing. He's preparing. Here goes. He's YouTube rusty. Here we go.
YouTube rusty.
3, 2, 1. He's on.
Tubular.
Is that one word? Tubular. He's one word ready.
One word ready.
Okay, so we gotta do this morning, and we gotta get feet made. I've got all those drilled up. So, yeah, I'm messy. Everybody's messy. There's no sense in washing these clothes because we're about to ruin them and wreck them. But I'm gonna do a stack of 4 of these, and I'm gonna put these down in the hole, and they'll be sacrificial to hold the height of our concrete form. So after everything's done, I'll cut these out of the concrete mold and then just pour a fresh bag of concrete in those holes. We have a real looking rebar cage down here. Got that all finished up. If you're thinking about doing this, do not do it. Hire someone to do it. That's the best thing to do. But I'm gonna definitely look into getting a metal box to put down in here like they do for the storm shelters. Because this is bananas. There's a reason why people drop in something that's already poured. This is not fun, but it's do it yourself. It's fun for YouTube. It's fun for you guys, and we're gonna keep on keeping on this project. To set this rebar, since it's heavy and we have the bins connected all the way up, so all that weight's on it, rather than using those little dinky little carriage things, we just got some of our broken up concrete and placed it in there to get it up off the floor. It's quasi-level enough to keep the walls looking straight, and it'll be towards the bottom of it, which is where we want it. We want this slab to be in tension with the strength of the rebar. So we're almost ready to put the form in. We got to get our footing blocks completely level. So we have a beam coming across at the right height. We have our height of our box set here, and then we have these blocks already set over here, and we're just adding in enough of this cleachy and packing it in just right for the right height. So rather than having to do the whole floor perfectly, and this cleachy is miserable because it likes to create little pucks and pockets, we can just create one little focus point for the foot, and then we'll get everything a perfect height. Now, we're staggering things out so that we don't crack or create a crack line. That's where we're at. We'll be dropping this thing in the next hour, hopefully.
I do have words. Be kind, I am not a professional.
And also, we got the music meister, Mikey. If y'all haven't checked his channel out, he's got some sweet music in there, some good covers, some personal creations, and the music that you see on our YouTube videos comes from him. So go over to his channel and give him a like. He definitely deserves it. He's very talented. All right, we'll continue on with this, and next time you see us, we'll be dropping this thing in the hole. Okay, so that's gonna wrap up this video, and the next one, you're gonna see us loading these form walls down in here, and I'm gonna show you how I built this boom rig, and you'll get to see how all that process worked out. So we'll see you on the next video.
Today is the day I'm making a change, building